Afternoon, folks. Signing number 4 of the summer is in the building, and Michael Bailey is alongside me. And for today was the man in the know, ITK, as you guys like to call it on Twitter.
Yeah.
So that's you for today.
Thank you for today. One day a year. It's all right.
Christoph Zimmermann, centre back. So that's the key part of this.
Yeah.
Tell us what you know, Michael.
Well, I'll be honest, I've never seen him play, so let's get that out of the room first of all. I guess that's part of what we're dealing with at Norwich City this summer. But he's 24-year-old centre-back. He was Daniel Farke's captain at Borussia Dortmund II last season. He was also there when David Farke was there too, so he's been there for a while. He hasn't played anywhere else. He was at Mönchengladbach's second string before that, so that's pretty much what he knows. He's strong, powerful. You can see from the pictures and the video as well. He's,
looks a big lad.
He's got guns.
Don't we all?
Daniel Farke said how intelligent he is. I think as a man as much as well as a footballer, but certainly his football intelligence. I get the impression he's a really reliable character. Again, this is from bits and pieces I've heard. So, but what I would say is this signing is all about strengthening Norwich's defensive options. It's not about here's Christoph Zimmermann. He'll be our, first choice, second choice centre back next year. I think they're trying to strengthen the pot because they took 3 centre backs out of that lineup in the summer, regardless of whether you rated them or not. And that's what they've got to kind of strengthen from here.
Okay, it's going to be a big step up for him, isn't it? Obviously, it's the 4th tier. So when Farke arrived, we were discussing whether players would be able to step up from that level. So Farke obviously feels that Zimmermann can. He's a big, like I say, big guy, 6'4" as well, isn't he? So I guess this is a step in the right direction, but probably not the end of the defensive strengthening. You would hope.
No, you would hope. I have a feeling they want the best. I can't think of the best word for it. I would probably say an established centre back, someone who's played a fair few games at maybe a slightly higher level. I think. So he would have been, Zimmermann would have been playing in the 4th tier of German football, I think that's fair to say, and they've got promoted in this last season. I would probably equate that to top end non-league, I guess, League 2 kind of level. So you're basically looking at similar to Sean Raggett, and I would liken that very much to Norwich have opted to go for Zimmermann instead of Raggett for whichever reasons, various reasons. One may be cost, given West Brom were looking at Sean Raggett as well. So that's how I'm kind of reading that situation. So yeah, as you say, I believe there will be someone else to come in. We know Russell Martin will be at Norwich City next season. Tim Close will be for as long as someone doesn't opt to buy him, really, and that's kind of the situation with a lot of Norwich's senior players. So as I see it, there's probably then room for one more. I don't think any of this rules out Christian Bilic coming in necessarily on loan, but it's going to be a little bit fluid, and I guess it will depend on what gets sorted and who Norwich City are pursuing elsewhere defensively.
Of course, we've already had Seb Song, Ryan Bennett and Michael Turner leave, so that was where the hole was. I mean, we're just sort of reacting to this. The news dropped about an hour ago.
What, 5 o'clock, isn't it?
Bang on.
Run 5 o'clock signings.
Surprise, surprise. I see Southampton sacked their manager at 10 o'clock last night, didn't they, on the button? Which
so it could always be worse.
Yeah, perfectly timed so that it can't go in the papers. But yes, speaks good English. Just been going through some of his quotes, and he said that defending is his passion. He loves a slide tackle as well, so that all sounds good, doesn't it?
And infighting, which I'm assuming means slightly different to how he suggested it compared to what it probably means here. But they were really some great quotes from Christoph Zimmermann. The ones I found interesting, ones talking about Daniel Farke, the way he dealt with the Dortmund side at half-time, his demeanour, the fact that he was very analytical and objective despite the emotions that run around football. That's really interesting because Daniel can only talk about himself so much. So I don't know if Stuart Webber particularly went into those finer details, but also the fact that there's intelligence in what Zimmermann can do. I have a feeling we're going to see something quite fluid on the pitch from Farke. I think he will change it up as and when, maybe like Paul Lambert did in terms of changing formations during games and stuff like that. So that kind of tactical intelligence, I think, will be a big part of pre-season. I think that's probably why Farke's gone for a player he knows very well. But again, we should stress, the guy's never played at a level like this. He says he's suited for the Championship, but we're not going to find out. And we'll spend all summer talking about these players, and we're only going to really get the test come that first kick-off in the Championship season. But all we can do is judge on what we hear, and sounds positive with more work to do, I think.
Okay, I mean, Farke and his assistant Eddie Reamer came over, and they had the best defensive record in their league last year, didn't they? I think it was 29 conceded in 36 games. So Rima was a defender as well. Farke was a striker, but Zimmermann comes in as well. So Stuart Webber, I suppose, is the other side of this. He, as we've said a few times, spoke a good game, and he's now living up to it, isn't he? We've all known that the defence has got to be strengthened, and pieces are falling into the puzzle quite nicely, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and we're clearly seeing if Norwich are recruiting the centre back of Dortmund's second side, Daniel Farke has got a say in this quite clearly. So don't everyone go saying it's just Stuart Webber. There's clearly the two of them are working together. That's good. They're both in the building now as well, which I think has helped. And Farke's probably got his summer jaunts out of the way now, and they can fully go on with rebuilding it. As you said, they're getting people in. The harder bit is probably going to be who they decide to get out and how that dynamic rolls through the summer. And I don't think that will be ending anytime soon.
Top stuff. Right, well, we'll probably be back with you sooner rather than later. Plenty to get your teeth into at pinkham.com already, and we've got plenty going on tomorrow as well. Jacob and Angus Gunn with the England under-21s, they got their first game, so we'll have to see whether either of them are in the team then. Cheers.
Thank you.